Howdy folks, this morning's soap is from Wet the Face. Name of it is Christmas Time, and it's going to be closely related to a tree. That's what it looks like on the inside there. Pine, fir, cedar, and I think eucalyptus is some of the scent that you might pick up in a soap like this. The aftershave I got as the matching aftershave there. Got the trusty alum block complete with rubber band, witch hazel with aloe. The blade of the day is the Personna hair shaper blade. Beard balm butter that I've been using. I haven't showed this in quite a while. This is the Wisemen's blend. And if you're kind of curious what it looks like on the inside, there it is. I use this off the camera. I've got the lather whipped up here in a smooth bottom bowl. This particular bowl came from a thrift store and got whipped up with a Metalworks brush. And you can kind of see here, got it on the wet side or moist, and I've got lots of lather in there. Dawn's soap is pretty easy to lather up. You might enjoy bowl lathering, something like that. The shaver of the day is a Dovo. This particular Dovo is supposed to be the heaviest one that they have, and I'm trying to remember how many grams it is. I know it's just under an ounce. I think it was 27.2, and it has the green insert for the blade that I'm using today. And I have not shaved with this just yet. If you haven't seen a Dovo before and wonder how some of the construction is, if it'll focus, that's what the end of the scales looks like. It's got an all metal construction. You kind of see a little tab right there on the inside. I guess you might say a stop for the blade holder, if you will. You see right here, there's some jibs right here, some grooves to help with increase the grip. This version I have here, this is a bit more on the shiny side as opposed to a satin finish, and it comes in mine, at least. The reason why I say mine, because there's more than one version. You can get a version that comes with it comes in a box with some blades and whatnot, but mine came in a plastic sleeve like this, and then on the other side is the rest of the goodies, including one I guess you might say DE blade, and one long Dovo blade. And I got this from the Superior Shave. I've already put a hot towel to the face, bloom water, and this will be my first time shaving with this. It is a lightweight. I have a mental thing with lightweight shavers, so I'm going to see, decided to go ahead and give it a try. There's a number of guys that have Shavette world have been shaving with Dovo, especially with the one with the olive wood handle, and I chose to go with this one here because, believe it or not, from what I was reading, this one here weighs more than the olive wood, from what I understood. So that's the reason why I went with it. Even though it's still under an ounce, I decided I'd go with this one, and to go with the longer blade. My reasoning for the longer blade is you already seen how long that is. I figured if I can get a blade pretty close to the length of that, that'll be something relatively close to a straight razor. And of course the idea behind one that long is that you'd have fewer strokes. But right on to the exact opposite of that, next Sunday, if everything goes well, I'm in fighting a cold, so I took some medicine this morning because, boy, my nose was just really giving me fits early this morning. But I got a Focus, what's that, a R21-10, and it takes DE blades cut in half. And matter of fact, it's just right here. This is what it looks like. This is the one I got. I think this one here is considered to be black. It has a plastic insert similar to a Dovo, except for this plastic insert seems to be longer. And you can kind of see right there on the blade that the toe and the heel is covered by the plastic insert. And kind of thought that might be something to try out, due to the fact with the toe and the heel covered, it might make it a little bit easier for somebody that's starting to learn, not get caught with that toe and the heel. So I thought I'd give it a try. And then that one there will be next week. So here we go. Like I said, I have not shaved with this one before, so this could be interesting. So if you're wondering, there's probably going to be a little bit less talk. I'm really trying to focus and not end up with, I guess you might say, a bloody mess. I will have to say that it is going a lot better than what I expected. I guess you might say the weight might be just right for me. As it goes for, I've been debating to get another one, except for somewhat lighter, about, I think if I remember right, about half the weight, maybe even less than that, to see how that works. I have to say right now, I'm liking the idea of the longer blade. These green inserts are not the easiest to find. I've had a good time whipping up the lather this morning. Took a little bit of extra time messing with it, just having fun with it. You know how you whip it up and you bring it up out of the bowl, and then you have it dripping off. I thought that was it was fun. See how thick it was. I didn't want to get it too thick, but still is pretty moist. This part right here, if you're a little concerned with it, or if you're struggling with it, depending on how your skin is, you might take and pull your skin to one side to the other in order to get around your Adam's apple a little bit better. For me, it's not quite the issue. I do have a spot down here every once in a while that might give me a hard time. You see these creases in my neck. What I do is I try to go at more of a slant, a slicing angle, so that way the blade doesn't really get caught in that crease and end up with a cut there. I have learned that. That's for me, that's the trick. As well as the stretching, I've noticed that for me, with lighter weight shavers, I end up doing just a little bit more stretching perhaps than what I might with a heavier weight one, and I'm not sure. I haven't been able to put my finger on the reason why behind all that. It's quite interesting. But things evolve. You start to learn new things that might work better for you. Blade's doing pretty well. I've used this blade before on some other vintage hair shapers, and this blade seems to work fairly well for me. They're not real expensive. I've got some links down below for the stuff that I'm using today, and you can find these blades relatively inexpensive. The one place I've got linked down below, you can get a 5-pack for about $3, which is pretty reasonable. I think last time I ordered these blades, I went through Amazon, and I got 10 of them for, I think, $10. So depending on, you know, I guess you might say your pain tolerance and waiting, I can wait. It's no big deal. It's just that it was easy for me to find the blades back then when I was hunting for them. I wasn't, I guess you might say I hadn't looked that much for them and didn't know exactly where the best place would be to get them. Face it, yeah, Amazon is quote-unquote the easy button. This is going a lot better than what I expected. I will have to say, I don't know how anybody shaves with one of these with their head. I just can't. That's hard for me to imagine. I don't know. I know what's on top of my head, how bumpy it is and scarred up, and I guess maybe that's the reason I have such a mental block towards it. I don't think I even mentioned it before. Every once in a while I do think about it. On my chin, I have a pretty good scar from my younger days. Believe it or not, even as short as I am, I was playing basketball at school. And for, I guess you might say, for the physical training, we'd run the bleachers in the gym, and I step on the edge of the bleacher, slipped, chin hit the bleacher, split my chin wide open. Besides having a headache that day. I did end up with some stitches there, and the way it healed is, I guess you might say the scar is somewhat pronounced. It's easy to find. It's pretty bumpy, I guess you might say. Another advantage of having facial hair, covering up scars. think I might. This blade's long. Might give it a try. I have seen people do this in different ways, and it has been mentioned. Not very many people will do this, but it's a I might change my mind. I think I just go ahead and do it the, guess you might say, the camisori style. And I may, we'll find out here pretty soon. It got that angle just a little bit off right there. There's going to be a little bit of stinging there, not real bad. Not like it was with the just a little bit right there. Yep. Got that angle off just a little bit. It'll take some practice. But guess that was what? Friday shave? Or Thursdays? With that lowered blade? Super chrome? Yeah, that was not a... Those weepers, boy, that was pretty rough right there. This one's not... Yeah, see, I did. There it is. I felt like I got myself right there. But not too bad. This went a lot better than what I expected. I remember the very first time when I first started shaving with a shavette, and just a little bit of a weight difference made a lot of difference for me starting out. The heavier the shaver was, the better I was with it. And it took me a good long while to get better with a lightweight one. Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. But it is stinging there right there where I got that angle off. Yeah, it's going to happen from time to time when you're starting with something new. Especially at that angle. For me, the camisori style shavette works better for me. Going across the grain like that. At the handle, a foldable handle seems to be awkward for me. And I just seem to do better with camisori style for some reason or another. Maybe it's because overall the length is shorter. May have a lot to do with it. Witch hazel. At least it's not like it was like that lowered blade, that super chrome. Now I've got the lowered cool and it's Teflon coated. That one shaved just beautiful. Man, just really nice shave. I thought, wow. And you, depending on where you go, you get a 100 pack for like $10. But that shave went really well with that blade. And the Lord Super Chrome, man, that thing just tore me up. Especially right, yeah. I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for blades that tear me up like that. They usually get pitched pretty darn quick. With the face, Don, if he's all over social media, Google Plus, Facebook, Tumblr, Stumble Upon, writes a blog, Twitter. That's most of them. That's not. I don't know. I don't think he's on Reddit. Could be wrong. Oh, and YouTube. Don't forget YouTube. This scent is different than the pine. I mean, the fresh tree from Vanillay. Did a fresh tree, and that one was definitely the pine. The wood itself at least in my opinion, it smelled more like the wood as opposed to the needles themselves. And this I think it's the fir that I'm smelling also. And as it goes for the eucalyptus, I'd say the eucalyptus is it's not pronounced. So in other words, if you're a little apprehensive about anything that's got eucalyptus in it, maybe because the scent is, depending on how much is in there, how strong the scent might be from the eucalyptus, this one here is not in your face, in other words. You might notice it, but it's not a real strong presence, if you will. At least not with my nose. My nose has been pretty jacked up this morning. I woke up early just to blow in my nose. It woke me up. That's how bad it was. Really struggling with my nose. Once again, I got to show you this lather. So it's been sitting here for just a moment, and I got lots of lather. That's one thing I like about a bowl this size, is that you can keep your lather in there and just really whip up a lot of lather. Just enjoy whipping it up. There's a lot of lather. There's enough for at least one more 3-pass shave, probably even 2 more, depending on. Yeah, there's enough for 2 more in there. There's a lot of lather in there. I have fun working it up. It's something you're creating. I think that's the fun part about it. At any rate, so Dovo, I think this model number is 201006. I got it down below. That's a lot of numbers. But I think the Superior Shave may still have these green inserts in stock. And I know he has some others. This one here is not the most expensive by any means. You can get one similar to this one, cheaper yet, I think right around the $23 mark. And don't forget to look down. His website's a little different. You'll have to scroll all the way through a lot of stuff, but down to the very end of the page is where I think that's where the green insert is at. Excuse me. And if you're looking to use a blade like this, you want to pick up that green insert. I'm not sure the reason behind discontinuing the green insert, but as it goes for Shavette World, Aaron just joined the group here recently, and I know he does stuff with a 3D printer, and might have to check with him at some point in time if the green insert wears out. From what I understand, these inserts are somewhat durable, so I guess you might say for a shaver like me, it may last for quite a while. From what I understand from reading from the website, the barbers like to have multiple of them because the degree of difficulty of cleaning them up. So if somebody like us, this does it on a daily basis, the one-time shave a day as opposed to multiple. In other words, this might just last us for a good long while. Still just a little bit right there. Outside of that, shave went pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the shave. It went well. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe. Smooth shaves to you.